Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Wednesday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today, in an entertainment spotlight, we're paying tribute to the literary giant that is Eric Jerome Dickey, who passed away on January the 3rd at the age of 59. You're being part of my conversation with him here. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Wednesday headlines. In Mississippi news, the Mississippi State Department of Health has reported 1,648 new COVID-19 cases and 98 additional deaths. There have now been in Mississippi 241,957 COVID-19 cases and 5,284 coronavirus-related deaths in Mississippi since March 2020. Governor Tate Reeves addressed the state on Tuesday in a press briefing discussing how the state has a strategy to try to limit transmission of the virus. In a related story, the Trump administration is asking states to speed delivery of COVID-19 vaccines to people 65 and older and to others at high risk by no longer holding back the second dose of the 2-dose shots, officials said on Tuesday. Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar said that the administration in the states has been too narrowly focused. As a result, he said the Trump administration is now asking states to vaccinate people ages 65 and over and those under 65 with underlying health conditions that put them at high risk. He said the vaccine production is such that the second dose of the 2-shot vaccine can be released without jeopardizing immunization for those who got the first shot. We now believe that our manufacturing is predictable enough that we can ensure second doses are available for people from ongoing production, Azar told ABC's Good Morning America on Tuesday. So everything is now available to our states and our healthcare providers. Each state has its own plan for who should be vaccinated based on recommendations from the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC recommendations give first priority to healthcare workers and nursing home residents. But the slow pace of the vaccine rollout has frustrated many Americans at a time when the coronavirus death toll has continued to rise. More than 376,000 people have died in the United States alone, according to Johns Hopkins database. Azar said it was now time to move to the next phase of the vaccine program and expand the pool of those eligible to get the first dose. That also means expanding the number of places where people can be vaccinated by adding community health centers and additional drugstores. In more national news, Trump takes no responsibility for riot as he visits Texas. President Donald Trump on Tuesday took no responsibility for his part in fomenting a violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol last week, despite his comments encouraging supporters to march on the Capitol and praise for them while they were still carrying out the assault. People thought that what I said was totally appropriate, Trump said on Tuesday. He made the comments during his first appearance in public since the Capitol siege, which came as lawmakers were tallying Electoral College votes affirming President-elect Joe Biden's victory. Trump arrived in Texas on Tuesday to trumpet his campaign against illegal immigration in an attempt to burnish his legacy with 8 days remaining in his term, as lawmakers in Congress appeared set to impeach him this week for the second time. The rampage through the halls of Congress sent lawmakers of both parties and Trump's own vice president into hiding as crowds called for Mike Pence's lynching for his role overseeing the vote count. The scene also undermined the hallmark of the republic, the peaceful transition of power. At least 5 people died, including 1 Capitol police officer. In more national news, Michigan plans to charge ex-Governor Snyder in Flint water probe. Former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, his health director, and other ex-officials have been told they're being charged after a new investigation of the Flint water scandal, which devastated the majority-black city with lead-contaminated water and was blamed for a deadly outbreak of Legionnaire's disease in 2014 and 2015, the Associated Press has learned. 2 people with knowledge of the planned prosecution told the Associated Press on Tuesday that the Attorney General's office has informed defense lawyers about indictments in Flint and told them to expect initial court appearances soon. They spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly. And finally, in entertainment news, Conversations recognizes Eric Jerome Dickey. Eric Jerome Dickey, best-selling author, dies at age 59. Eric Jerome Dickey, a novelist who gained a devoted following among African-American women and a steady spot on the bestseller list with page-turning narratives of steamy romance and urban intrigue, died on January the 3rd in Los Angeles. He was 59 years old. The cause was cancer. According to Amanda Walker, publicity director at Dutton, the imprint of Penguin Random House that published Mr. Dickey's books. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. See your many opportunities for advancement and fulfillment. Many of you may feel stuck in a rut right now due to the many issues that are surrounding our planet. However, you can unstick yourself by doing something new. Explore unfamiliar worlds of knowledge. Challenge yourself to read unfamiliar books. Watch educational or historical documentaries to broaden your horizons. Search the Internet for opportunities to aid you toward achieving a new level of success for yourself and or your product. These inquiries you seek will not only add to your fulfillment, they will also give you a new path to follow towards success. God has given you this time, this opportunity to advance yourself. Be sure you take advantage of it. Today, expand your horizons to once again approach life with excitement and enthusiasm. And remember, enjoy the day.
As I mentioned, you guys are hearing part of my conversation with Eric Jerome Dickey from when I spoke with him on Conversations Live, the radio show in 2018. Enjoyed here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. On January the 3rd, 2021, the world lost a literary giant with the death of Eric Jerome Dickey. The New York Times best-selling author has thrilled readers for years. In 2018, during my trip to Los Angeles, I had a chance to talk with the author about his literary journey. Here's a bit of that exclusive conversation. It's part of the fun for you, Eric, when you're crafting these stories, being able to see where you can take your characters next.
You know, it is. It's like creating King Swift and actually using, I live in View Park, which is right next to Leimert Park, which is right around the corner from Culver City, which is a few minutes from Pasadena, you know, and using a lot of issues and things and places just in my, you know, in my area. And, you know, and taking a character like Ken Swift, who's an enforcer who works for a mysterious person out in San Bernardino, and just kind of like dropping him into our real world. You know, he's this guy who lives next door to us. We have no idea what he does. He dresses nice. He has a nice car. You know, he seems like the type of guy you want in your community, but you don't know that, you know, he's out doing jobs for some pretty bad people, collecting money in at times in a very violent way. And then creating this character and just using the times and most of my novels are contemporary anyway, but just using it to the fullest. Everything that's it's part of his world. Everything that's going on, man. I mean, we're in this area here. If you park your car, someone's talking about gentrification. Someone's talking about Starbucks in While Black. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff is part of his makeup.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.